Hello friends, in the previous session we have discussed about tools and techniques in guidance and counseling. In the last session we have discussed about the tools and it was blanks and CRC, that is cumulative record cards. And today we are going to discuss about another tools and that is rating scale and questionnaire. Let's see rating scale. What is rating scale? In this technique, presence or absence of a behavior or trait in a person is rated in terms of quantity and quality. You might be rating your students' performance, handwriting, habits, and many other aspects in your day-to-day teaching. For example, Ashok has done better than Meena in mathematics, but Meena scored the highest in Hindi. Ram is taller than Sham, but Sham is taller than Nitesh. The word rate means judging somebody or estimating the value of something. Definition of rating scale. As per Gibson and Mitchell, rating scales are for rating each of the characteristics or activities one is seeking to observe or assess. Rating scales are judgments or opinions and indicate the degree of amount. In a rating scale, the characteristics are rated according to given number of points, and the points are in terms of grades or numbers. Let's see characteristics of rating scale. Rating scale is the judgment of one person by another. It is a directed observation. It is an opinion of some object, situation, or character. A systematic procedure for obtaining, recording, and reporting observers' judgments. Similar to a checklist but with finer discriminations. Areas which cannot be objectively measured. Rating scales are used to supplement the information collected by standardized psychological tests. For example, a test of achievement is administered to a class of students. The test results can be verified with the help of ratings the class teacher has given to them. In situations when the guidance worker wants to collect information about many things and many students in a short time, teacher's rating could be obtained. In situations when the construction of standardized tools for studying the individual require special expertise, money and time, information can be obtained through rating scales which are relatively easy to prepare. In guidance and counseling, when analysis and self-evaluation by the client is needed, self-rating scale provides useful information. Limitations of rating scales. Rating scale is an observational technique and has its limitations like other observational techniques. Unless the guidance worker understands clearly the purpose of rating, the data obtained from ratings are not dependable. It requires necessary expertise and undertaking on the part of observer, and anyone is not suited for this job. Ratings by some raters are too low while by others they are too high. With proper care, this shortcoming can be removed. It is a subjective method through which we can find out opinions about a particular person. It may be failed during or immediately after or much later after the observation is made. Ratings are done by parents, guardians, teachers, students themselves, friends, judges, and by the self as well. Types of rating scale: descriptive rating, graphical rating, percentage of group scaling, and numerical rating. So these are the types of rating scale. Let's see descriptive rating. The characteristics or traits or qualities are described in words or phrases. For example, English teaching. One can't understand. It's difficult to understand. Clearly understood. Graphical rating scale. So in a graphic rating scale, an attempt is made to characterize degrees of a trait by brief description. The line showing the presence of a trait in an individual is divided into 3, 5, or 7 points. 10 techniques and procedures. An example of graphic rating scale is given which measures persistence of effort. The teacher places a mark at a point which describes the trait possessed. A check mark may be placed in between if necessary. This is the example of graphic scale rating. Percentage of group scaling. Rater is asked to give the percent of the group that possesses the trait on which the individual is rated. Example: self-confidence of the individual: 1 to 10%, 11 to 25%, 26 to 50%, 51 to 75%, and 76 to 100%. Numerical rating. Numbers are assigned to each trait. If it is a 7-point scale, the number 7 represents the maximum amount of that trait in the individual and 4 represents the average. I like to cooperate. 0 never. 1 sometimes. 2 rarely. 3 often. 4 always. So in this way, you can give numbers to numeric rating scale. Advantages of rating scale: helping in writing reports to parents, helping in filling out admission blanks for colleges, finding out students' need, making recommendations to employers, supplementing other sources of understanding of the child. Limitations of rating scale. characteristics are difficult to rate. In-depth knowledge and interaction with the individual is required to judge some traits. Subjectivity element is present. There is a lack of opportunities to rate students. Raters generally tend to be generous. Let's see another tool, and that is the questionnaire. What is questionnaire? A systematic compilation of questions that are submitted to a sample from which information is desired. A questionnaire is a list of questions to be answered by an individual or a group of individuals, especially to get facts or information. It should be elaborated to match with other techniques. Questions are designed to get information about conditions and practices about which the respondents are presumed to have the knowledge. Definition of questionnaire. As per Good and Hatt, in general, the word questionnaire refers to a device for securing answers to questions by using a form which the respondent fills in himself. Characteristics of questionnaire. Yes, it is a significant task. 6. Information. Short and comprehensive. Clear and complete direction. Objective questions, well worded and specific. Types of questionnaire. There are two types of questionnaire, and the questions in a questionnaire are basically of two types. One, structured or closed questionnaire. For example, gender, male or female. How often do you watch Discovery Channel on TV? So, respondent can give answer every day, once in a week, occasionally, or never. So the closed type questionnaire can be easily scored, interpreted, and is more objective. Questions should be few in number and simple to be understood and answered. They should directly cover the information. Second type of questionnaire is unstructured or open questionnaire. In this type, questions require the individual to think and write. The closed type questions requires the answer in the form yes or no or in a limited numbers of given choices. The open type questionnaire is time consuming and requires special skill in interpreting the responses. For example, which types of program do you like to watch on TV? So, respondent should think on it, and after that he can write the answer. So that means this type of questions are time consuming. What steps would you like to take to improve science teaching in your school? So these are the examples of unstructured questions. Questionnaire steps or questionnaire design. There are 9 steps involved in the development of questionnaire. First step, decide the information required. Define the target respondents. Choose the methods of reaching your target respondents. Decide on question content. Develop the question wordy. Put questions into a meaningful order and format. Check the length of the questionnaire. Pre-test the questionnaire. Develop the final survey form. Advantages of questionnaire. Yes, it is less expensive and less time consuming. Questionnaire can be administered to a large group. It focuses attention to significant items. Tools for depth study. Responses by self, therefore, validity to response. Limitations of questionnaire. Not useful for illiterates and children. If questions are misinterpreted, nothing can be done. Some avoid giving views on controversial issues in writing. Chance of wastage of time, unnecessary questions. Depends on willingness and honesty interviewee. Cannot be used in group situations. Time restriction for answering. In this way, students, today we have discussed about rating scale and questionnaire. Thank you.